What have we been talking about in math this week? Who could raise their hand and tell me what we've been talking about in math? Aubrey?
Time.
We've been talking about time, right? And there's 2 types of clocks we've been learning about. 2 types of clocks. I held up 3. I don't know why. 2 types of clocks that we have been talking about. What is one type of clock? Gage.
I was actually going to say you forgot to do the Go Noodle thing.
Oh, we can do that right after I do this, I promise, okay? Okay, so we've been talking about, thank you for the reminder. My brain is in like a million places today, buddy, so I really appreciate it. Okay, so it's like I have a bunch of little secretaries who remind me of stuff. Okay, so what are the 2 types of clocks we've been talking about? What's one type of clock we've been talking about? Bristol? What's one type of clock?
That's like saying, how does you tell them both apart?
So remember, one of the clocks is in number form, and the other one is round, and it has all of the numbers on it with the hands. So that's how you can tell which one is which. So we've been talking about 2 different types of clocks. Who can tell me what is one type of those clocks? I'm talking about 2. Yesterday you drew hands on one type, and on the other one you gave me the number form. What's one type of clock? Vita?
The analog clock.
Good, right. The analog clock, which looks like this. It has the hour hand, the minute hand, and it has the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? And it has the little dots on there that specify the minutes, right? The minutes. Some clocks do have a little hand, a second hand, that kind of ticks the whole way around the clock. I have one in my classroom. I don't have one here, but so there can also be a second hand as well, and it ticks the 60 seconds in a minute, and then the minute hand will move. Okay. What's the other type of clock we've talked about? So this is the analog clock. What's the other type of clock? Riley?
Digital.
Digital. Good. Yeah, that word is hard. Good job. Digital clock. So like my watch that's on my wrist is digital. But I also have watches that are analog. So I have watches that have the numbers around on the watch. Remember, microwaves are digital. Alarm clocks are digital. Your oven can be digital. Your coffee maker. There are a bunch of different things. Some people's refrigerators have the time on them, and they can be digital times. So digital is when we write those numbers out, right, for the hour and the minute hand. Who could tell me on this clock, okay, which hand is the hour hand and which hand is the minute hand? Which hand is the hour hand and which hand is the minute hand? Gage, go for it, dude.
The blue one is the minute hand. The red one is the hour hand.
Okay, good. Now, what if my hands weren't blue and red? How would I know, someone different, good job, Gage, but someone different, how would I know that this one is the hour hand and this one is the minute hand? How would I know? Darren?
The long is the minute, the short one is hour.
Good job, right. The longer one is the minute hand, and the shorter one is the hour hand. Fantastic job. So, right, on this clock, the minute hand is this long blue one, and the hour hand is the short red one. Now, I saw some of you on your assignments, you used a blue long minute hand and a short red hour hand. But some of you still drew your minute hand and your hour hand the same length. We want to make sure our hour hand is much shorter than our minute hand, and we're going to practice drawing a clock on the board. We're all going to practice drawing an analog clock on the board. before I get into too much of this lesson, let's go ahead and do some Go Noodle together. Gage, what would you like to do, buddy?
The indoor recess thing 10.
The indoor recess, what is it called?
Indoor recess 10.
10. Indoor recess 10. Okay, indoor recess 10 is about 15 minutes long. So instead of doing it now, okay, let's do it when we finish the lesson, okay? Let's end the lesson on a boogie, okay? We'll do a little boogie. Okay. Remind me, though, before everyone goes. Remind me. Just call out. Just, hey, Mrs. Cooper, no, we can't leave yet. We got to do indoor recess, okay? Okay. I know you don't want to do that, but, okay. All right. So, we are going to practice drawing an analog clock. Let me get a board, because I want it to be like how all y'all are drawing it. Okay. Okay. We are all going to draw a big circle. Okay. We're all going to draw a big circle. Is my circle perfect? Nope. It kind of looks like an egg, but it's a circle nonetheless. Thank you, Darren, for saying it's perfect. I love you, but it's not.
Oh, no.
So go ahead and we're going to save Go Noodle to the end because it's a really long one and I want to make sure we get all of our teaching in first. Oh, I love your circle though. Did you try your hardest to make your circle? That's a good circle, Carson. Okay. Now, whichever side of your circle is the top, you're going to put a number 12 at the top. Number 12 at the top. And wherever your bottom is, right beneath it, you're going to put a number 6. Okay, so you have 12 at the top and a number 6 at the bottom. Now, you can also do this with a paper plate. You can go get a paper plate, flip it over, and you can draw the numbers around it. Darren, do you have your clock with you, your paper plate clock? Yep. See? You're okay. His mom made him a paper plate clock that he can practice the time with, see? So you could do the same thing. Now, I am going to send clocks with you home in your bundles, but it's just an easy way to practice between now and next week. Then, okay, so you have 12 and 6. Now, pretty much in the middle, you're going to put a 3 on this side and a 9 on this side. Okay, so if I drew an imaginary line like this, it would be at a cross. Okay. Okay. Then you're going to fill in the other numbers. You're going to put a 1 and a 2. You're going to put a 4, 3, 4, 5. Put a 6, 7, 8. And a 9, 10, 11. And that's how you draw a clock. Yeah, good job, Bristol. So this is another way to practice with time. Okay, so this is another way to practice with time. So for example, this is your clock, and you want to make sure you don't erase your actual clock part. You want to try and keep your clock part intact. Let me grab I'm not going to grab blue and red, okay? I would like you, let me grab another board. I would like you to try and draw this time on your clock. Okay, so you're going to draw the hour and the minute hands. Okay, you're going to draw the hour hands and the minute hands. Okay, on your clock that you just drew. I'm already having glitches. It's probably good that we're ending the day a bit early. Whew. So you're drawing this time on the clock you just made. Cameron, you draw your clock? Do I need to email Mom or Dad?
I don't have a pencil in here.
You need to go grab one. Find a pen, something.
What do we do when we're done?
Hands on your head. You all froze.
What is the time again?
Our internet's messing up.
What do we do when we're done?
She's still on.
You put your hands on your head.
Okay, so the time was this here, and thank you, Easy. I heard you. You told everyone to put their hands on your head. I appreciate that. So, can you, Anata Sanumisete, I think that's what it was, en san ni ichi? Yeah, good practice. Okay, so the time was 4 o'clock. So if the time was 4 o'clock, okay, I know if it's o'clock and it has the O, I'm going to draw the 00, I'm going to draw a big long minute hand pointing directly to the 12. Then my hour hand, which is going to be shorter, is going to point to the 4. Now, I made my hour hand nice and short because I want to make sure that you all can tell that this one here is my hour hand and this one up here is my minute hand, okay? And you're going to have more practice today with this as well, but make sure when we're talking about 4 o'clock, your minute hand is always going to go up to the number 12, okay? Because if I put in the little minutes, it would be 00 up here at the top, okay? Alrighty, let's try another one. Try not to erase your clock. Like, see, I'm going to try and just do it like that. And just erase my little hands. And let's do another one. Let's do this time on your analog clock. Okay, when you're finished, put your hands on your head. Vita, question.
I don't have a question. I'm just doing this because so my hand can get some air.
Oh, okay. All right. Anata san no misete and san ni ichi. Yeah, good. Good. Yes. If we are talking about it's 8 o'clock, so our minute hand's going to go straight up to our 12 o'clock. And look, My minute hand is not perfectly straight. It has a little bit of a curve, but can you all tell it's a minute hand? Thumbs up? Yes, you can tell it's a minute hand. Then my hour hand points to my 8 o'clock. Right. 8 o'clock. I have my 8 with the hour hand, and my minute hand is 12. Now this time, I want you to write another time, okay? Or do another hour hand and minute hand. Then we'll switch it to digital form, and then we'll do a couple, and we'll do some Go Noodle. Okay. So, this last one where we're going to draw hour hand and minute hand, okay? This is the time. When you finish, try and roll your tongue. When you finish, try and roll your tongue. You're drawing that hour hand and that minute hand. Okay, don't show it yet. I'll call ya. I'll tell ya. Oh, look at all those rolled tongues. Oh, you're so close, Gage. Have you been practicing? No? Just the number of times you're rolling your tongue in Google Meets? Try and make a clover. Good. All right. Anata no masete and san ni ichi. I think I just said show your work instead of show me your work. Okay, careful with this one. I see a lot of friends who have short, like they either have two shorts, hour hands and minute hands, or they have too long. So like, you don't want to draw your hour hand and your minute hand like this, because if I didn't give you that digital time, you wouldn't know what time this is. It could be 12:30 or it could be 6 o'clock. You also don't want to put two shorthands. That's not going to help you figure out the time either. You want to make sure that if it's 6 o'clock, your longest hand goes up to the 12. Yes, I had an oops and I made it curvy. That's okay. And then your shorthand points directly to the 6. Okay? So it points directly to the 6. Good. All right. Instead of showing you time on this analog clock, my Judy clock, I'm going to show you times on this clock, and you're going to write it in digital form, all right? What time is this in digital form? When you got it, hold it up. We're just going to do like quick rapid round. When you got it in digital form, hold it up. Good George. Good Alice. Good Riley. Bristol, I need it in digital form, girly. I need it in digital form, Carson. If it's at the bottom, I can't see it. Good Gage. Remember, digital form is number form. This is digital form, is number form. Good Gage. You can put it down, buddy. Good Vita, put it down. Good. In digital form, that's number form. Careful, Carson, that's 6 o'clock. Where's my hour hand pointing to? What's my hour hand pointing to? Alani, turn your camera on, girl. I need to see your digital time. Good job, Emmy. Good. I need to see this in digital form. Good, Easy. I think I saw it. Good, Carson. There you go.
I don't have any paper.
Okay, you should always have, for any Google Meet, you should have paper and a pencil. Okay, any Google Meet you come to, you should always have something to write with and write on. Alrighty, so our digital time for this is 5:, or ... 5 o'clock. Okay, digital form is 5 o'clock. Let's try another one. Yep, there you go, Bristol. Okay. Turn that on, Aubrey, so I can see your work. Okay. Cameron, did you go find a pencil or a pen? Go find one. Alright, let's do... Write this time in digital form. Write this time in digital form. Thank you, Riley. Thank you, Carson. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Easy. Careful, Alice. It's not... It's... If I drew a line, like an imaginary dotted line of what it's pointing to, that's where it would go to. Okay? Sometimes, too, if you see a clock, okay? Good. Oh, Gage, you have them back. Oh, upside down. There you go. Gage, good. George, good. Bristol, good. Okay, sometimes if you need to, see how I just did that to show Alice that? You could draw a line through the number to see that it's pointing to that number specifically, okay? Good. I need it in digital form, Aubrey. I need it in digital form, Vita. Thank you, Emmy. Good. Right, that time is 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Now, I believe that your seesaw activity today, let me double check because when I signed it, it was last week. Your seesaw activity today is just like you did it yesterday, okay? So on page 1, you're drawing the hour and the minute hand, okay, with the digital time. So you're converting a digital time to an analog clock. Then on page 2, okay, you're using the analog clock and writing it in digital form. Don't write it in word form. You're writing it in digital form. There you go, Alice. Good job. Okay, so let's, before we go, we're going to do indoor recess 10. Let me share this tab. Okay.
Indoor recess 10.
Can you all see this and hear it?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.